Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker. Last Thursday evening I had the great pleasure of attending a wonderful event in the hangar of Life Flight at the Sunshine Coast Airport, that wonderful organisation, and we heard the news that Jocelyn Walker, a giant of the Sunshine Coast, has become a patron of the organisation. I stand today, though, to talk about someone else who was referred to at that event. When Rob Borbidge, the chair of Life Flight, took the stage and he made his comments, he looked across the hangar and he made comment that one of the rescue helicopters was not in the hangar for people to look at that evening. And he was, of course, referring to the helicopter which has the name, the Don Moffatt. And Don Moffatt, Deputy Speaker, passed away on the 11th of August this year. And he was very close to Rob Borbidge, as he was to pretty much everyone in that room on Thursday night. And the way Rob said it was wonderful. He noted that the Don Moffatt helicopter was not in the hangar, and in doing so, he said something along the lines of, the Don Moffatt's not in the helicopter, but it's out there somewhere, no doubt rescuing people. And as I stood there and my heart stopped, remembering that man, Don Moffatt, and I was able to give a gentle elbow nudge of acknowledgement to Karen Moffatt, Don's daughter, who was standing next to me. Don Moffatt not only chaired Life Flight, but he was also the recipient of a member of the Order of Australia for his service to the helicopter rescue services as well as the racing industry in Queensland. I was enormously fortunate to forge a very good personal friendship with Don Moffatt. Don, for me, was a quintessential Australian mate. He would be the first to take the mickey out of you, but I tell you what, if you ever needed a hand, Don was there. Don was as hard as nails. God, he was tough. But he was also the most gentle, soft fellow. He would fight to the end. He was as loyal as. He was a veteran. He served in Vietnam and then he later taught, again using his aviation skills. The love that Don had for our region was quite something, and he served beyond, his success in property. He served as chair of the unit trust. He served as chair of what's now referred to as Visit Sunshine Coast. But it was his capacity to love and to be a mate, and especially the love he had for his family. And my heart still goes out to Bridget, his wife, to Jodie and Karen, and Don's two grandchildren, Yuli and Scarlett, who miss him dearly, because they know that Don was always there. He was larger than life. I remember, Deputy Speaker, Don was a Liberal National Party member, and the night before my first pre-selection in 2013, he rang me the night just before the pre-selection, and he'd already told me he was going to give me his support. I answered the phone and Moffatt said, "O'Brien, I just looked at your CV again. You went to Nudgee College. Are you a Catholic?" I said, "I am, Don." And true to form, he said, "Well, I'm not going to vote for a damn Catholic," and hung up the phone. I didn't know the guy that well, so of course I rang him back and said, "Hey, Don, do we need to chat about this?" And he said in that drawer that I came to know so well, "Mate, just joking." Don was there. Don was always there. And our region of the Sunshine Coast is built on the shoulders of the likes of Don Moffatt's. The current generation, and even we who are privileged to be in some form of leadership position, we are there because we are on their shoulders. And as much as Don Moffatt has passed and left this world, I say to Bridget, I say to Jodie and to Karen, he is with us, he always will be. We miss him and we love him.
I thank the honourable member.